This satellite image captured a 40-mile-long column of Russian military vehicles, gridlocked on the roads north of Kyiv in February 2022. Seeing this mass of advancing armor, the global consensus was that the Ukrainian capital would fall within days. Russia was sending thousands of heavy T-72 and T-80 tanks, backed by elite airborne units, designed to punch through defenses at high speed. Waiting for them was a heavily outnumbered Ukrainian defense force, made up mostly of light infantry and territorial volunteers. If those volunteers tried to engage this armored force in traditional, symmetrical combat across open fields, they would likely be overwhelmed. Light infantry simply cannot survive a direct firefight with massed tanks. To survive, Ukraine had to abandon standard defensive tactics and find a way to dismantle the invasion using the environment itself. The solution began arriving just weeks before the invasion. In a covert logistical push, British Royal Air Force C-17 cargo planes bypassed German airspace to rapidly deliver thousands of 27-pound green tubes directly to Kyiv. Inside those tubes was the next-generation light anti-tank weapon, or NLAW. It is a compact, disposable missile system engineered specifically so a single soldier can disrupt heavy mechanized formations. This airlift was a strategic gamble. It provided decentralized infantry units with the tools to become lethal tank hunting squads overnight. But a weapon needs the right environment to work. Ukrainian forces intentionally sabotaged the Kozarovichi Dam, a move that flooded the entire Irpin River basin. You can see the severity of the destruction here, with civilians navigating the rushing water over the ruined bridge. That rising water blocked the primary invasion routes. It forced the Russian mechanized columns out of the open fields and funneled them into narrow, highly restrictive choke points, like the village of Moshchin. By trapping the tanks on predictable, muddy forest roads, Ukraine neutralized Russia's advantage of speed. The invaders were now stuck in the ideal conditions for close-quarters infantry ambushes. In these tight spaces, the NLAW's engineering became critical. It features a soft launch capability, meaning a small initial charge ejects the missile from the tube before the main rocket motor ignites. Traditional rocket launchers create a massive backblast that makes them impossible to fire from within a building. The soft launch allowed Ukrainian defenders to shoot from inside small residential apartments and basements without injuring themselves. The missile uses predicted line of sight. Tracking the tank for 3 seconds calculates an unjammable intercept path. In overfly top attack mode, it flies 1 meter above. A magnetic sensor detects the chassis, triggering a molten jet that pierces the thin roof. The NLAW succeeded because it didn't try to overpower the thickest part of the tank. It exploited specific engineering vulnerabilities to achieve a kill. Back at that massive 40-mile convoy, Ukrainian specialist units like Aerorozvidka used night vision equipment and quad bikes to quietly stalk the column under the cover of darkness. They employed a tactic known as Attack the First. Utilizing the NLAW's short-range capabilities, they targeted and destroyed only the lead and trail vehicles of a Russian column. Look at this dense cluster of burnt-out armor. By destroying the vehicles at the very front and back, the strike teams created impassable roadblocks, effectively turning the rest of the convoy into an immobile parking lot. The NLAW's strategic value here was fixing the enemy in place. It completely paralyzed the armored advance, holding the trapped vehicles in place until massed Ukrainian heavy artillery could finish the job. The physical destruction from a top attack strike is catastrophic. When the NLAW's molten jet ignites the tank's internal ammunition, it causes the jack-in-the-box effect. As seen here, the internal force is so intense, the turret is blown completely off the chassis. This violent vaporization of crews eroded Russian morale. Advancing units frequently began abandoning perfectly functional vehicles out of terror of being the next target. This phenomenon crossed into the digital domain, spawning the cultural icons of St. NLAW and Javelin. As you can see, these massive urban murals quickly became powerful symbols of both Ukrainian defiance and unified international solidarity. Defenders weaponized psychological terror, eroding the advance's cognitive will before a single tank was actually destroyed. By late March, facing absolutely staggering attrition rates, the Kremlin was ultimately forced to completely abandon its offensive on Kyiv. This retreat exposed a critical vulnerability in traditional doctrine, revealing that massed armor no longer guarantees a rapid breakthrough against a modern, light defense. This is the new reality, a mobile, decentralized force using smart, disposable technology to bring a superpower's military to a complete and total halt. In the Battle of Kyiv, the overwhelming success of this portable system demonstrated that decentralized units can successfully stall and defeat a heavy armored invasion.